Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to another episode of Planet Scooby Reviews. Today we are covering Scooby Saves the World, and this episode originally aired on September 26, 1981, and it is the second part of the third season of the second season of the Richie Rich Scooby-Doo Show. And this episode sees the gang launched into space where they encounter an alien robot who wishes to conquer the world. Anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get on with the review. The episode begins with the gang working as cleaners for the space shuttle. The shuttle is accidentally launched into space, and Scrappy couldn't be any happier as they fly through the Milky Way.
Boy, this is neat, cleaning up the space shuttle.
You said it. I always wanted to be an astronaut. Wow! I bet it would be fun to fly one of these things, huh, Uncle Scooby? I have sighted enemy ship ahead.
Take it easy, will you, Scrappy? This shuttle could go off.
Way to go, Uncle Scooby! I always wondered what the Milky Way looked like close up. I wonder if the moon is made out of cheese.
The gang encounter an alien robot who beams himself aboard the space shuttle, where he terrorizes the gang. The alien robot shoots lasers out of his eyes, and the gang give him a makeover at one point.
Earth has been spotted, ready for attack. What is this? Earth has sent a ship to stop us. I agree. We must stop the Earth ship first, then we will destroy Earth. I shall take care of this myself. To try and stop me, Earth has probably sent its best astronauts. I've been tricked.
Using a jetpack, they launch the alien robot out into space, and they land safely back on Earth. I give this episode a 3.5 out of 10. Seems a little high because there's nothing really scary about this episode, right? But I remember the Milky Way joke and the moon made out of cheese joke when I saw this as like I guess I'd be like 4 or 5 in 1981. And I remember those jokes from way back then. I haven't seen this episode since it originally aired in 1981. So because I remember those jokes, 3.5 out of 10. And I also remember the design of the alien robot quite well because it was like Star Wars fever back then. So anything like alien and robot related that kind of looked like Darth Vader was cool when you were a kid. You loved that stuff when you were a kid. So I guess that's why I kind of remember this episode. The alien also kind of reminded me of Battlestar Galactica, which was a pretty cool show back in 1981. They did a reboot, I guess in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. I never watched it all. I should. A lot of people raved about it, and I should get around to watching it. But I am babbling on. This episode, though, pretty dumb, pretty stupid, but 3.5 out of 10 for nostalgia, I guess. Anyway, join me next week when I will be covering Scooby-Dooby Goo. And until then, stay spooky.
I've been tricked.